Hey guys, I'm going to try to show you a good way to safe spot the Chaos Elemental while making a bit of money, but also kind of hunting the pet for those of us that have one defense or other restricted accounts. So maybe like an Obby Mauler that doesn't have a lot of ability to hit somebody all that well. Hit the Chaos Elemental as opposed to like somebody that has, 60 attack and 99 strength and, high defense that can just tank the Chaos Elemental's hits and hit them with the Chain Mace. Or hit her, whoever the fuck it is. So a few things here. You're going to want some regular food for like PKers or just if you need this. I would bring some stuff to try to stave off any PKers if you can try to escape. The chances of me escaping, one defense, not a crazy tank account, so it's going to be tough, but you never know. It's good to bring. It's also if you need to fend off an actual PKer, you could potentially do that. I could bring like a Granite Maw or something like that to try to spec somebody out and anti them, but not really necessary. I have brought Entangle Runes before, but then you have to kind of switch out of your range gear, and that just doesn't really work out. I bring these for magic defense. They actually work, in my opinion, surprisingly well. So if you're interested in, maybe you're at Red Caves or something like that and need PVMing, that's where I just came from. I was kind of tired of, so I died a couple minutes or close to an hour ago at Red Caves just PVMing, and I got a little frustrated, so I thought I'd come over here and do this. But I would highly suggest these. They're surprisingly good for a lot of different uses. They give you a good bonus, so I can't really show you, but they are good, I promise. These Abalone Pies, you're going to want to keep these around because these are going to be your inventory fillers, basically, as you go out throughout your trip. These are going to save you inventory spots, which is great. So I would highly suggest that. And then you have your cannon, obviously. I'm not bringing that many cannonballs, so it's not too necessary at all. Yeah. So, I'm sorry, there's like a fire truck or something out front of my door, so my window here, it's kind of interesting. Anyway, so basically you have a couple different ways to get there. You can teleport one of the obelisks if you have the Wilderness Hard Diaries done, or if you want to chance it to get to 50 wild here. If you have the Hard Diaries done, you could also use the Wilderness Sword, which is pretty helpful as well. You could use the Wilderness Crabs teleport. You could use Rev Cave. You could use the Canoe. You could use Lava Maze. All those are, not horrible options. I guess you could also use the Wilderness Lever. I would suggest with the Wilderness Lever, be careful because the Chaos Elemental spawns right around here and patrols this area. So if you're coming from a westerly direction, then there's a good chance you're going to run into her beforehand. And she's going to hit you, and it's going to be annoying because you're going to have to eat and all that kind of stuff. So keep that in mind as a potential issue. You could also use Anacarl if you have Ancients unlocked through Desert Treasure. Obviously, you don't need level 90, but you do need Desert Treasure done to get the Anacarl teletabs. And I do bring those, but this is just easier for me now. It's, honestly just costs a little bit less money and saves me another inventory spot. So, well, technically not because I'm bringing the Burning Amy, but anyway, the looting bag is helpful too because you can put your stuff in there and not have to worry about that. I don't bring it all the time. I'm just bringing it as an example. I don't really care if I lose it. It's only 30k, so. Oh, one more thing before I go up there. So obviously risking is a bit of an issue. So you're going to want to bring a good setup that you give a lot of range strength. So I'll just show you real quick. My range strength is pretty high right now, which is good. Because you want to compare that with your cannon, obviously. So, but you don't want to be risking too much. So obviously, as a peer, I'm not risking too much in the beginning, but I could, obviously make this better if I wanted to change my ammy, change my boots, change my top, that kind of stuff, but not really worth it here. So we're going to be in deep wild, and we're going to be protecting, so we're going to be losing about 500k right now, which is not bad at all. If you were to get smited, you lose around 700k. So, if you're watching this video, chances are that you know enough about RuneScape to make around 700k in an hour anyway. So, if you think about it, it's like not a big deal at all. So that being said, let's head up there. No, we're not going Lava Maze. I think I'm still PVMing at Revs in my mind. It's like a muscle memory after doing it so many times in a row. So we're here. Gonna run away from these guys before they hit me. Thank goodness. Alright, so when you get here, obviously you're going to run into these stupid unicorns and the Ents. So you're going to want to camp your melee. So I'm going to set my destination to 50. And then teleport to that destination. Just like that. And I can get rid of this in just about 1 second here. Okay, so we are here. Alright, so this is where you want to be careful. So I have these markers set up, you'll see. So quick before we engage her, you can run up this staircase to escape PKers. This is the best way to do it. There's 2 levels of this place. So this is by far, you can just spam log out, and this is the best way to do it by far. So these are the 2 spots you're going to want to stand. This is where you're going to want to stand when you first set down your cannon, so let's do that right now. So you're going to want to set your cannon right here, where I'm at right now. So set up a cannon base. Oops. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, it's this square right here. So this is where you're going to want to set up your cannon. So perfect, she's not here yet, but she will be here in a second. The cannon will get her, so you're going to fire the Dwarf multi-cannon. So she's here. So this is where you want to stand the safe spotter. Perfect. So she's now coming towards me. Perfect. This is exactly how you want to set it up. So you want to try to set it up so she gets double hit. So the cannon's firing at her. So what I'm going to do is stop the cannon right there. Is perfect. So now the cannon's getting double hit. So now I've stopped it because I've used it. I'm just going to do it one more time so you can see. So now it's going. You're going to stop the cannon anywhere right about there. That's perfect. You could even do it before that. Let's do it one more time. So remember, you're just using a prayer that you can't use. So hopefully you can do that. You can also do it with a few other things like a teleport or something like that. So you can stall out with a couple other things. So all you're going to do now is click right here because she's not going to be able to hit you in that tick. So there you go. Now you're good. Now you'll be able to double hit her. And you are really good to go. You just sit here and you could pot up at this point for range. I don't really know if that really helps all that much. I just bring it because it's helpful, and if you do need to try to bang somebody out, like, you know, just for fun, you can do that. So now you're just going to sit here and wait. Her respawn timer is like a minute, so you're going to have to wait here for a while, but now you're like really safe, right? So, I mean, we can really quickly, after this kill, I'll show you. So right now the cannon's down, so you're not risking the cannon anymore. You're not even risking any cannonball, really. Like, this is like, what, 50k probably? So that's like next to nothing, which is perfect. And you're just not really risking anything. The only thing you want to do is make sure your left click is set so you're not going to click on somebody randomly. But the only other thing you got to really be careful of is what world you're in. So I'm in a total level world, a 1250 world. I can be in a 1500 too, but sometimes there's more PKers I found in 1500 than 1250. And I like this world because I have good ping in this world at all times, so I'm not really worried about that, which is really, really helpful, just because I feel confident in this world in terms of escaping people, in terms of getting kills in a timely fashion and not, you know, having any issues with connection or anything like that. So we are doing pretty good. I don't want to get my range level much higher than 90, so I gotta make sure I'm not doing much more range after this, but... So we are almost done with the first kill, and I've killed this a couple times. So this is a great way to get the pet because it's like 1 in 300, I think, which is really, really good odds for a pet. And there's a few other decent drops. I mean, there's nothing too crazy. It's a lot of supplies, so let's see what we get here first. Yeah, so you get 500 air runes, like ridiculous. Okay. So you can see it takes her a minute to respond. So all you're going to do is, so I've put my cannon back together. I'm just going to take those to fill up a spot. I got bat bones too, that's hilarious. I think these are actually worth a little bit of money, but if you were really strapped for casting, you should not be out here anyway, so... you're going to stand here to safe spot her again, and she's going to spawn somewhere close, but the cannon's going to hit her as soon as she comes near you. And so she's going to get attracted to you, not the cannon, obviously, and then she's going to get stuck in that spot right there, and then you just literally go there, and you are good to go. It's, like, so easy. So... once again, there's nobody here. Sometimes there is PKers that log in and out right here, which is not a big deal. But once again, if you're lucky, you can just run up this staircase and get away. I would not recommend running to the obelisk. I mean, it's it's a mess. So at least over here, you have a good chance of escaping. They might misclick on a rogue or a bandit or whatever the heck those are. So, okay. So she's going to come over here. Perfect, once again. So... she's stuck right there where I want her. So I'm just going to go back to my prayer, and I'm going to pray smite right about now's fine. So the reason you do that, you don't, sometimes every once in a while, if you pray, like, if you stall your cannon at the wrong time, it'll only get a single hit in every turn instead of the double hit, so you just have to be careful there, but most of the time you're totally fine. So once again, so because you reset the, I guess I would call it the ticks, I don't really know the correct terminology, you are fine. I think that's probably what it has to do with resetting the ticks in game, I think. So she can't, it's kind of like, you know, flinching a boss, which you can actually flinch her too if you really wanted to, but that's really click intensive and you have to be pretty good, and I'm honestly just not that good. So you're still sitting here. These screen markers are pretty important. I'm also going to put one right here actually on the cannon. I want to mark the tile under the cannon. Oops. Mark the tile under the cannon, just so in the future I know where to set it up, because I kind of forgot for a second where it would actually fit. So this kill's going really fast, which is good. So I mean, you could pot up again. I'll pot up right now, why not, just to speed it along a little bit more. Back up to 103. Boom, nice hits there. Okay, so she's almost dead. So that double hit, it just speeds it up so much. If you do get a single hit one, it's best just to reset it. And you can reset it doing the exact same thing, just stall back. Mithril darts, that's ridiculous. It is kind of silly how this boss drops, but the fact that you get the pet so fast, and it's very impressive. Oh, I didn't know the dragon bones. The dragon bones are not horrible. So I'm going to refill my cannon. And what honestly what you could do is you could like retreat and kind of hide if you're really worried about, like, if you can't get into a total level world or something, you could kind of hide back over here or something like that every kill, but you just have to be cognizant of the respawn timer, because you're going to want to get back there within a decent time when she respawns. So I'll do one more kill for you guys, excuse me, and we'll go from there. But I guess I can show you how to return really fast just in case you're nervous. Not a big deal at all. Obviously, being on Ancients is not a great time to be if you have to teleport out, but I don't have any ruins, so it's not a big deal. But keep that in mind too, if you are some sort of weird Iron Man build and trying to get a pet that way, that's pretty cool, but you're going to want to make sure. So the cannon's going to fire at her again. Perfect. So she's going to have to come around the cannon, which is part of the strategy, because she could get caught here if you didn't have the cannon, if you wanted to safe spot someone without the cannon. Okay, so once again, stall the cannon right there. Oh, we're going to let it go one more time because I don't want to get a single shot one. Stall the cannon right there. That should be fine. Okay, so I'm going to do the little trick, if you will, to stall out the game. And now she safe spotted again here. And now, well, the only reason you move here, of course, is to refill your cannon. So keep that in mind. If you want to be cheeky, you could try to do some quick ticks here and hit her, but the chances of it working are not very possible. You could try to poison her, you know, that's an option. I think that people do that from time to time, but you know, the way I'm hitting at 90 range, I mean, it's not a big deal. I can kill her pretty fast. This is like by far the fastest way for me to kill her. And this is also, if you go after this kill, I'll show you, this is also a Wilderness Hard Diary thing. So this, if you're trying to get Wilderness Hard Diaries, I cannot say enough how great the Hard Diary is. You can get noted Zammy wines in that far dungeon way to the west here where the lava giants fire giants are, and that's really helpful for money making because nobody ever goes there. You get, obviously, the teleports for the obelisks are really helpful. You also get the Wilderness Sword teleport, which is great. And the Wilderness Sword is helpful just being on the wilderness too, just so you can cut through webs. Jesus Christ, cut through webs really easily and all that kind of stuff. But as you can see, I'm just kind of ripping through her. This is pretty good kills. They don't show a kill timer for her, but so what I get? I got weapon poison, not worth picking up. So once again, I'm going to return right here and just chill. Once again, so total level world, you're really not going to worry about people out here. I mean, the chances of somebody coming are so slim. And even if they do come, you know, so it's Saturday afternoon. I just finished up some work. So the chances of somebody being here is slim. And if the team is here, you're done anyway, pretty much. So as long as you get your cannon down, you're fine. And even if you do get your cannon down, you can refer to my previous guide on mud ruin crafting, where you can make close to 600 to 700k per hour and buy another cannon in just a matter of hours from that if we were to lose all or part of it. So I guess the only thing I would do eventually is upgrade my gear, so I would care less about what I was losing, and I would probably bring a ranger's tunic and stuff like that just to bust me up a little bit. Maybe you could bring even ranger boots. I don't know. It probably wouldn't be worth it, because then you'd be risking like a whole cannon. I don't know. If you had the time and energy to worry about money like that, but I only have like a 50 mil bank, so it's not like a gigantic thing. Alright, so I kind of was talking and forgot to do this, so I'm going to stall her out again by praying smite, even though I don't have it. Okay, so I did it a little bit late because I'm talking, so I'm still getting double hits, which is fine. I'm going to stall out right there, click on my marker, so she can't hit me. Oh, she did end up hitting me there. Okay, interesting. So that's good to know. I think sometimes it doesn't work all that well, and you just have to keep that in mind. It might be the path that your player takes if it's different every once in 5 runs, but once again, that didn't really hurt me at all. You bring these pies for a reason, so I guess the only thing that she can hit you with is her magic attack, which max is like a 25 or something like that, so you'll be fine. If you did, like, she can't special attack you and de-equip your stuff here, I don't think, in that little space, so don't worry about that at all, but that would be my best suggestion. So we're going to do one more kill here, and then I'll just kind of take you through the process of getting you home, so to speak. Might be helpful, so let's pot up again here, why not, and just make sure this kill goes as quick as possible, and who knows, maybe we'll get the pet here. So as you can see, I've only killed this 6 times before. I kind of used a few different people. I think KempQ, I think a long time ago, made a variation of similar to this, and I think I picked it up from him originally, but this is adapted a little bit, obviously, to make it better for people that have higher range and stuff like that, and just stats in general, so you'll be fine. I could even stay here for another kill if I really wanted to, because of the amount of cannonballs. I probably could do 2 more kills, really. It's hard to say exactly, but the cannonballs are really the only limiting reagent. It just depends how much you're willing to risk. So, like 1,000 cannonballs is probably hard to say exactly. Like close to 300k, I would say, or rather closer to 200k. Maybe 250k for 1,000 cannonballs, and so that's really not too much. That's nothing to scoff at, really, but it's nothing really you have to worry about. So, okay, so she's dead again. So, oh, I got blood runes, that's good, so I've paid for some of my trip. So I obviously cannot do this, so I'm going to quickly just eat some of my monkfish. So I need these spots. I'm going to empty it and then pick it up. Pick it up, please. Oh, need to eat one more of these. Alright, so I picked it up. I'm good to go. So I'm going to run away. And once again, so you can have, maybe if you have a DINS, if you have a DINS, you're doing a different method. So I'm going to set the destination to whatever one you want. So I'm going to do 13 because that's closer and it's less contested, and teleport to that destination. Boom. Obviously, you can get it done back a bunch of different ways, and then camp this teleport just in case something weird happens. Good. At the mammoths, and you are done and back. So that is a way to safely and effectively kill Chaos Elemental to grind for the pet, and also potentially get a few nice drops along the way. Thank you and have a great day.